BB and Jack Froze. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having it. Oh shoot, I always forget because I got two screens on over here. Hope everybody's having a good Happy New Year. That's the first thing that I want to say. We actually went to Times Square last night. Yo, okay, so we actually went to Times Square last night. We didn't hit our mark, but I thought there was enough people that was interested. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hit our mark. If we would have hit our mark after we would have did whatever the festivities was. We would have went to a bar. We would have sat down and we would have chopped it up with some people. You understand what I'm saying? But since we didn't hit our mark, we didn't do that. But if we would have hit our mark, that means that when we went down there, we would have went into some bars, spoke with some people, things and such. So just so we can be clear. So when I say if y'all want me to go to an event, yeah, that's what that means. You want me to go somewhere, not a problem. But when we go there, what you want me to do? You want me to just stand around on the wall, or do you want me to be active? Do you want me to be able to participate? Also, as you see, for all the people that think that I don't know, as you can see, if you was watching the live last night, I'm pretty good with talking with people. I'm pretty good at it. I'm also pretty funny on the fly, right? So this is why, you understand why I got haters? You understand? You understand? Do you understand why my family is jealous of me? Do you understand? This is why they're jealous. Not everybody has the ability to go somewhere and be able to be to have that type of energy with total strangers. You understand? That's why they jealous. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about Young Thug. We also gonna be talking about Tory Lanez, and I want to do a 2022 wrap up, if y'all don't mind, where we just maybe talk about some of the things that happened and what you think is maybe the biggest story of the year. And I want to invite people up here with me to talk about it also, if y'all would like to. If you don't, obviously you don't have to do anything. I'm gonna send out invites right now, especially if you just want to come up and say Happy New Year to everybody, or whatever you want to do. I'm gonna send invites out right now. But yes, you see the charisma. You understand what I'm saying? When I decide to be charismatic, you see it. You see it. It's dripping. All right. You see the energy. You understand? Oh, shout out to the I don't know, what do we call the white women that protect the black man? So hold on, let me tell you about this that happened last night. Y'all kind of seen some of it, but what happened was my phone had died. We need to get me a battery charger for my phone. My phone had died. The charger that I use, it's not really for charging, so it charges so slow that when I plug it in to keep the phone charged, the phone still loses percentages. You understand? Because it's not really for that. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, so we're walking through the crowd yesterday. And so there's some dude, some black guy. I don't know who the hell he is. So he just, for some strange reason, like, excuse me, I'm trying to go this way. No, before I said, excuse me, I'm trying to go this way, I want you to understand. There was like a gap that was about that big. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm walking, I got people behind me. There's a gap that's about that big. The dude see me walking. Other people done went through the gap. The dude see me walking, and then he decided to step back and said some shit like, go that way. And then you saw me get into the little interaction with him before the live went off or whatever the case is. So there was hold on, I want to say another thing, but I'm going to get to this part first. So there was just some white chick that was just standing right there, and she just started beefing with him. Like, yo, what's your problem? Just let him pass. What do we do to call the white chicks that do that? Because they're not Karens, because they working for the good of the Lord. They doing all of the things. And then anyway, you know me, I was gonna go through it. It was gonna be a thing. So I ended up walking the way I wanted to walk. Then when I went to the other side, I turned around and started flaming the dude because I thought we were still on live. I didn't know that the phone had turned off. Yeah, we was about to, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, we was about to go. So what happened was, I don't know if he was there with his family. I don't know who he was there with, but he don't know. That's all I gotta say. You don't act like that out in crowd area. You don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's up with you, homie, but you don't do that. We all out there. You understand what? We all out there with all due respect. I can't do that to you. You can't do that to me. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I get to the other side and I'm just flaming this nigga. Oh Lord. I'm giving this dude the business. I'm flaming him. We got the whole crowd around. And I think the live is still on. That's the main reason why I turned around and started flaming him. So I'm flaming this dude. He getting the business. The whole crowd around us, everybody dying laughing. Some of the people trying to join in with the jokes. Yo, that shit was crazy. I had people, hold on, let me close this. I don't want this light in my eye. Yo, so there was people joining it. I don't know if the dude was drunk. I don't know. I ain't had no drinks. I can't tell you the last time I had a drink. It was probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago or some shit. Yeah, whatever. So what happens is, so I'm flaming this, and you know me, my jokes is not nice. I'm saying disrespectful shit. You already know what type of time it is. Think about all of those people that's butthurt. Think about all those people that's butthurt. They're gonna be in our chat in a minute. Alright? Because they started with me. I flamed them. Now they think I did something to them. So I flamed this nigga. I had women there helping with the jokes. I had dudes there helping with the jokes. It was crazy. I wish we would have got that on camera. So I realized that the damn thing cut off. But then some nigga was filming. We might be going viral with a moment. Because there was people with the cameras out filming that shit. I was flaming this dude. Yeah, it was just, I was flaming him in a manner that I was expecting us to fight. So it was really disrespectful. It was funny as shit though. I'm just gonna so the part that was killing me though, real quick before we keep going on with what we're doing is, the part that was killing me, while I'm flaming him, I didn't know the people that was standing next to me was gonna join in. So they not only laughing with the jokes, they repeating the jokes, they adding shit to the jokes. Oh man, I swear, man, if we gotta get me a charger, we gotta get me a portable charger. I promise you, we missing classic television. That was classic television. I was in red form. I mean, I was kind of gliding. I wasn't in red form, but I was kind of gliding. If I would have had somebody out there with me, like I would have had somebody out there chilling with me that I could have played off of, and like that, then I would have been killing. I think I had the potential last night to be real. If I would have had one drink, because I'm not a big drink anymore. If I would have had one drink, I might have been able to push myself in a real form without the help. But if I would have had somebody out there, a nice Batman or Batwoman, whatever the fuck, because I should have said Robin. But the way that I think, if me and you rolling together, you not my sidekick, you a hero too. So that's the way I think. Just so I didn't make a mistake. I meant to say Batman, and then I meant to say Batman. Get it? You rolling with me, I don't consider you a sidekick. I don't care what your job is. We all superheroes out there. You feel me? That energy. Let's get to it. It was just, I wish I would have had somebody out there with me last night. It was fun. I told y'all. Y'all want Jack outside. Y'all want Jack happy. So you should be trying to do the opposite of whatever the freaking people that don't like me want you to do. So I could give you what you want. You want to be entertained, right? And you want to be informed. Right now, all I'm doing is informing you for the most part. Let's get back to me entertaining. Now, with that being said, what y'all want to start off with? Tory Lanez, a Young Thug, put it in the conversation. Or something else, because whatever 2022, put it down in the conversation. I want to know what y'all guys want to talk about. Whatever 2022, I don't care. But in the interim, what we will be doing is starting the conversation off with Young Thug. I want to say something. So, what I want to know is this. Remember when, pay attention. Remember when Gunna first took the deal and it was all of these rappers saying that Gunna is not snitching? What do we do about them? Nobody's thought about that. Nobody's paid attention to that. People just forget that happened. What do we do about them? Remember, Gunna snitched, and then those people were jumping out of the woodwork talking about that's not snitching. Now everybody is agreeing that it's snitching. So what do we do about them? Should they lose some of their street cred? I'm just asking. Because there were a lot of people, and I popped up in a couple of people chat comment section. And not to be a jerk, but just was like, this snitching. And they was just like, no, it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what I believe what was going on. Stop believing everything that people say. What niggas do is they go get a whole bunch of people to agree to lie with them. I'm going to say this again. They get a whole lot of people to agree to lie with them. So I'm going to tell you a situation. I'm going to tell you why I think this way. So I want to use an example from my personal life, but I'm not gonna. I am, but I'm not. I'm not gonna say no names. So what a person sometimes do when they want to try to defeat a stronger opponent, or when a person is most likely when a person is trying to do something that is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Like they doing something they know is wrong. The first thing they want to do is not sitting alone. So be mindful of people that ask you for help to do something against another person. Because when Satan creates a situation, he's not just trying to catch one person. He's trying to catch as many people as possible. Don't forget that part. So be mindful of who fights you join. And be mindful of how you participate. Because Satan, he's not coming for that one person. He's using that one person to get everybody, because he's trying to get as many people as possible. And all he's really trying to do is get us to turn away from God. That's all he's trying to do. All right? He don't need you to murder anybody. He don't need you to kill anybody. He don't need you to do any of the things that we look at and consider crimes. He just needs you to turn your back on God. You understand? That's why I keep saying, telling people, be mindful of the communities that you join. Because you notice how every day we come in here, we talk about God. Now imagine if you went to a community every day and all y'all did was talk about evil. Just saying. To you, you're going to be like, oh, I'm just having fun. It's all jokes. But the Bible even say there's ways not to joke. Proverbs. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I'm only joking. That's literally in the Bible. So you know them people that do that shit and then be like, oh, you sensitive. No, you're not sensitive, homie. They are doing something that God is saying don't do. They should be apologizing, not saying I'm only joking. So when I say every day we come in here, we talk about the Bible, yo. Whether you know it or not. And every time I'm telling y'all something about the Bible, those other people show up and try to disrupt the chat. They show up other times also, but they show up every time when I'm doing that. Satan. In the Bible, like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I'm only joking. What's deceiving? Lying. In any regard, anyway, we have to try to be the light, because Satan is always going to attack what's good. Never forget that part. As soon as I show you that they're operating under the energy of Satan, you shouldn't even be taking anything they say serious. As soon as you see somebody operating with the energy of Satan, you should probably reevaluate your relationship with them. That's all I'm saying. So you might be one to operate that way too, right? Who am I to tell you not to operate with Satan's energy? If you want to operate with Satan's energy, I can't stop you. But once again, most of the things I say in here is literally out of the Bible. Literally. I just don't always say that because I know that turns people off. That being said, Gunna, when he came out that he took the deal, all of those rappers, there was a lot of rappers, there was a lot of people trying to say Gunna not snitching. Now, all of those other dudes took basically the same deal. We saying they snitching. Now, how is Gunna not snitching? I'm not shouting out Charleston White. We're not doing that. But we're not doing that. I'm not even doing that as not a real shout out. We're not shouting out Charleston White. But Charleston White has these shirts with his picture on it that says Gunna Tell. I have no idea if he's really selling these shirts in the outdoor. Let's see if we can find this shit online. I have no idea. I have zero idea if he's really selling these shirts or not. I don't know. But Charleston White is absolute bananas. Also, I didn't get back here to I don't know what time I got back here, but I didn't go to sleep until 4 in the morning. So y'all gonna have to pardon me. Charleston White Gunna shirt, right? How do you spell Charleston? I don't know how to spell Charleston. Like this, spell it right? Look at this. This guy's bananas, yo. What the heck is you talking about? This guy's bananas. Look at this guy. So this is what Charleston White is doing currently. This is currently what Charleston White is doing with his time. He's making money off this 9 times out of 10. I don't condone this, by the way. But I do want to say this, just so we could be clear. Gunna is snitching, or doing what people consider to be snitching in this day and age of the world. 100%. That's not up for question. So what I'm saying is, nobody don't feel weird about all of these people that was trying to say Gunna wasn't snitching. That don't make you think there's something wrong with what politics really is. That don't make you think there's a lot of these dudes that's saying shit that's sending these young kids to jail, and they don't really care. Like, that don't make you think about that? Like, these rappers that's coming out and saying, don't snitch, don't snitch, don't snitch. And then when they friends snitch, they try to give them excuses. Like, do you think the rappers that were trying to give Gunna excuses for telling is solid or solid or solid? Do you think the rappers that were trying to give Gunna excuses for telling are solid is solid? It's plural, so it should be is, right? R is singular, right? Sheesh, I didn't do that. For everybody that don't know, is and are is singular and plural. So they mean the same thing. It's just that one is singular and plural. One is singular and plural. And also, yeah, one is singular and one is plural. So, shout out to Darkwing. Darkwing invited me to the church last night. I went to the church. It was beautiful. I wanted to go and bring y'all their service, but this is 2022 and you can't just go film everywhere. So they have a guideline there, you know, to protect themselves, and that I respect, and that I also think is a good idea, not for nothing. So we wouldn't have been able to film. So therefore, that's why we went to Times Square, because I know that y'all already wanted to go there also. And not for nothing, I was gonna go to Times Square after the church, just so we can be clear. I was always gonna go to Times Square. Y'all pulled up. Y'all pulled up with what, 35 yesterday? We was trying to reach 100. Y'all pulled up with 35. I was like, we're gonna do it. You understand what I'm saying? I pulled up with 35 bucks. That was more than four. That was more than 25%. For that specific thing, 25% of what the going goal was fine. You know, I mean, if we would have got 50%, that means we would have been having a drink or two, and we would have probably been in a bar. If we would have got 100%, we would have probably went to one of those clubs that's going on down. So we would have got 100%. We would have went into one of those clubs. I don't know, because a whole bunch of people was having New Year's Eve parties down there. So we would have went into one of those clubs if we would have got 100%. So that's all that was, just so we could be clear. So we got the 35%, so we went there. If we would have got the 50%, we would have probably went to a bar, had a drink. Because I'm not really a big man. Went to a bar, had a drink. But if we would have got to 100%, then we would have went to one of those clubs or something like that. We would have seen one of those. We would try to get into something like that, just so you can know what the itinerary was. It's always what our resources is. So, and also whatever I have going on at that moment, because if I got like something going on at that moment, then I don't have no choice. I have to, you know what I'm saying? But, other than that, it's always what resources we have for that. With that being said, let's talk about the poll real quick. Do you think the rappers that were trying to give Gunna excuses for telling is solid? 4 people voted so far. 25% said yes, 75% said no. So obviously one person so far said yes. So I just want to say this just so we can be clear. I want to move off of this topic, but I wanted to say this just so we can be clear, because I want to talk about something else. And it's not relation to this. It's also had nothing to do with Tory Lanez or Young Thug. What kind of Tory Lanez? It's not in relation to this, but I just want you to understand the way that the brain works. So there's a lot of people out here that's doing certain things, and we're not really paying attention because we're giving them a false prestige. You know what I'm saying? We're giving them prestige that they really didn't deserve. Think about all the niggas right now that people think is solid just because they went to jail. Just think about that for one moment. All of the dudes that right now, their claim to fame on social media is that they've been to prison. Just so we can be clear. Yo, my claim to fame is I did 20. So you committed a crime and got caught. Okay. Shit happens. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry you committed the crime. I'm not sorry that you did the time. I have no idea if that was, I need to find out what was going on and see if it was valid. The fuck? Sorry. Oh, I know what that is. I posted that? I didn't post that. I posted that. I did post that. Sorry. I just got thrown for an absolute loop because I read a comment on the thing. It was actually a super positive comment, but I was like, I didn't post that, but I did post that. With that being said, now I want to point something else out, which I gotta understand is a lot of these dudes is just yes men. I can respect we fuck with each other, so therefore I give you a little bit more leeway. You should give somebody a little bit more understanding or leeway if you fuck with them, right? I'm not saying absolve them of whatever their faults are, but I'm saying if you really mess with somebody, you should give them a little bit of leeway. Like that's just what it is. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the people that's like, yo, but he's solid. I never seen any reason to believe that he's not. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that they're like, if you lie with me, I'll help you lie. You understand what I'm saying? You tell my lie, I tell your lie. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this. So when I was a kid, I'll explain. I'm not giving you enough context for you to understand why this is something that bothers me. So I'm gonna let you know why this is something that bothers me. When I was a kid, right? So I wasn't like this is not something I want y'all to understand. I'm not angry at my childhood. I am 100% not angry at my childhood. I look back at the years that I lived alone, and even though those were hard, some of those years, I'm not going to say was my happiest years in my life, but some of those years I acquired skills and I acquired the patience and I acquired so much shit that I would have never been able to ascertain if I would have had these people around me. And also, just so we could be clear, me looking at the family that left me alone, I'm very happy that I don't have their mannerisms. Like, I'm happy that I don't do the things they do, generally speaking. I'm happy that I didn't pick up, their idiosyncrasies. So this is not me complaining. I'm happy I'm not like them. God made me this way for a reason. He seen the energy that was around me and he needed me to turn into something, so he removed that energy and he spent time with me. So I'm not upset. Those years that they abandoned me, God was with me. That's how come I ate. That's how come I was safe. Because God was with me. So this is not complaining. And when I be bringing this up, I think I need to give more context. Because when I talk about this, often people think that I'm complaining, or people that don't like me want to say that I'm not complaining. I wouldn't have the mind that I have today if not for that. I used to sit down and read books. I used to not have a TV. I might go 6-7 months with no TV. All I got is books. And it came to a point that I might have a TV, but I'm probably just going to still read because, the last 6-7 months, I didn't have a TV. Now that I have a TV, I'm not interested in the TV. I'm reading my books. So no, I'm fine. So the point that I want to make is this. I remember being a child and hearing my pops on the phone negotiating with family members on how they're going to lie on other family members to force them to do the things that they wanted them to do. And they did this to their children all the time. So I can't just be a yes man. I can't just agree with you because me and you is cool. So one of the main reasons why I just don't fuck with everybody, because I can't have you in my inner circle if you're a bad person. Because then I can't vouch for you. So I'm always mindful of the people that I keep close. Because I can't vouch for you. I'm not gonna lie for you. Because I don't need you to lie for me. Please always tell the truth. Whenever you speaking on me, I'll be fine with the truth. Got me? So that's why I have an issue with that gunner shit. That's why I have an issue with my son. I love it when our brother, my son, is out there dealing with the police. But I think my son is just that if you agree with me, I'll agree with you, nigga. And I don't respect that aspect of a person's personality. And that's why. So stop believing people just because they got a lot of people saying a thing. I learned that when I was a kid. I hear them on the phone negotiating on how they're going to ruin somebody's life because they don't, unless they do what they want them to do. And that's bananas. Just think about that for a moment. Think about somebody following you around and telling you that if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm going to ruin your life. That's bananas. That's the shit we should be fighting against. Because God would never do that to a person. So if a person is coming with that energy, who they working with? Now you see why I don't fuck with this nigga like that? My son? Shout out to him though. No disrespect. I just don't respect that. You can't tell me that you a man and you operate that way. I'm not saying you're not a man. I'm just saying you can't tell me you one and you operate like that. I'll be like, okay. Because, you know, I don't care what you call yourself. They got kids calling themselves cats when they go to school. We got a dude in Japan. He apparently bought a dog costume, a collar. This is real shit. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all this bananas thing. Hey, there's a dude in Japan. Apparently, he bought a costume so he could look like a dog. Should I say Japanese? Man. Costume. So he can, right? That's what I write. That's what I like all of it. Yeah, this guy. Hold on. We got to see the images. Yeah, this guy. This guy bought a whole costume so he could look like a dog, man. Look, that shit look real too, don't it? This guy's bananas. Look, I'm going to click on the link just so you know I know what I'm talking about. So you got to stop just agreeing with people. People think anything, man. I've decided to give up being a human and become a collie. What the hell are you talking about, homie? Japanese man spends $15,000 on ultra-realistic dog costume so he can live like an animal. First, what? I don't know what that is. I'm not clicking on that. I click on that. Next thing I know, I got all types of different weirdo shit. I just want to show you. I'm gonna get. Wait, there's a video? Oh Lord. Oh man, this is bananas. I'm not loading up anyway. What the hell? This is bananas. Look, this is him. There's a video. Look at him. This is what he's doing. What the fuck? Yo, I'm sorry. I can't look at this no further. Oh man. Anyway, this guy. Oh man, look. What was I telling y'all about? This is just sometimes things that's happen is just absolutely bananas. Anyway, people just agree. I'm not doing that. I can't operate like that. I'm sorry. So that's why I keep trying to tell people, please, if you're doing some weirdo shit, keep that shit to yourself. I don't want to be a part of it, please. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to know about it. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Go be weird over here. I'm over here trying to do all of the things. The heck? Yeah, because I don't enjoy that. Like, I don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how you just agreeing with a nigga? Like, it's one thing. Like, this is the point that I'm making, just so we can be clear. Let's say that I know you are an upstanding individual, and you need me to trust you. You're an upstanding individual. I trust you. Boom. That's not the same thing as what I'm saying. What I'm saying is individuals coming into individuals knowing it's a lie. They're not saying we telling the truth. They're saying this is what we are going to tell people. How's that Biden thing going for y'all so far, by the way? Electing Biden. How's that going so far? You know, not electing one of the other Democratic candidates. You know, I'm not even talking about Trump at this point, because all them old niggas need to get out of politics. So how do y'all feel about Biden so far? I'm just curious. How y'all feel about Biden? Y'all feeling good about Biden? Thumbs up to Biden? All of the thumbs up? Maybe a thumbs up to Biden? Thumbs down to Biden? Thumbs sideways? Maybe it's thumb sideways? I'm gonna be quiet because I was about to say something. It's too early for this. Is everybody? I was thinking nobody was gonna be up. I was like, I probably shouldn't even do it more. Probably everybody's gonna be up anyway. And yes, for the people that are coming in, you have to subscribe to chat in here. All right, you got to subscribe. There's numerous different reasons why you have to subscribe. So if you subscribe, then you can comment after about 20 minutes. That I'm sorry that's the way that it is, but that's the way that it is. So subscribe and then you can comment. I did not get no sleep last night. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure nobody did though, right? Who's still up since yesterday? Are there people still up since yesterday? I seen some party that was still going on at like 7 o'clock this morning. They were posting it on Instagram, and it was like still a ton of people there laughing and stuff. I'm gonna tell you my favorite thing about partying: that sleep that you have after you're done. You know, when you go out and you enjoy yourself, you have a good time, and you come home, that sleep, it just be hitting. Am I wrong? That's like one of my best parts. That's like one of my favorite parts. Coming home and going to sleep. What up, Rhonda from upstate New York? It had to be a powder party. What the fuck? Oh, everybody got there at midnight. One of the two. What up, Tory Mosley? Or everybody got there at midnight. One of the two. One of the two. This shit is crazy. Niggas is wild. Nah, I'm not gonna still be at no party. I want to go home. I want to go home once the shit start like. Okay, so I'm like this real quick since we talking about it. I want to go out and party and have a good time. I don't got a problem with that. But also at the same time, I don't want to. 10 minutes. You got to wait 10 minutes and then you can comment. But also at the same time, I don't really want to party for 5 and 6 hours. I want to go out and enjoy myself at the party, maybe an hour and a half. We get the fuck up out of there and go do something else. I don't really want to be at the party for like 7-8 hours. Rhonda from upstate New York says it was Africa partying until 7 a.m. and no one looked drunk. That was a fact. That's what the hell was that about? So I don't got time for that. I don't want to be at a party for 6 and 7 hours. What the hell are you doing? I want to be at a party an hour and a half if we're really, really enjoying ourselves, or if we're there with the function, then we'll stay to the end. But I don't really want to go to a party and be there. Like if we with the function, we'll stay to the end. We're really, really enjoying ourselves, we're gonna stay. But generally speaking, after about an hour and a half, I'm ready to go. 2 hours? Like what are we really doing? Like unless we're just really enjoying ourselves and we having a good time. See, because I look at it like this, just so we can be clear. A large percent of the times that people are at parties, they're not enjoying themselves. They're either not enjoying themselves at the beginning or they're not enjoying themselves at the end. A large percentage of the time, people at parties, they're not enjoying themselves. They're sitting around looking for see what they could get involved in or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to go there, and if the vibe ain't like, I want to just go there and vibe and then go home. I don't really care for that shit. I'm not a party guy, man. I'd rather be at home. I'd rather go get some friends together and go play Monopoly. How about that? That's what I'd rather go do. Go get some friends together, play Monopoly. Get some friends together, play some spades. Maybe we get some friends together and we sitting up in the crib and we watching movies and it's like 8 or 9 of us or whatever. And we watching movies and we got a whole bunch of food and we bugging out. I prefer that. That's the shit I fuck with. You understand what I'm saying? That whole going out and then being somewhere 6-7 hours. I don't get it. That's just me though. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. It's not that I don't want to go to these things that y'all want me to go to. I'll go. Absolutely. Rhonda from upstate New York says, have you ever said you was going to leave early, but the party was so lit? I've stayed at parties. Okay, so I'm fortunate of two things. The first thing is this. I know in a relationship, I'm a great leader. Right? I know how to lead. You understand what I'm saying? And I know how to lead from behind and I know how to lead from the front. You understand what I'm saying? So I usually go and then we're going to stay there as long as she want to stay there. So if I'm somewhere at a party or something like that and I'm with and I'm there with a significant other, I'm going to stay there as long as she want to stay there. Period. If she want to stay there 6 hours, we stay there fucking 6 hours. What the hell do I care? Because I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? She cares. So it's what the hell? I should be trying to do stuff for other people's happiness. So yeah, there's parties that I'm telling you the explicit reason why I stayed. The explicit reason is I went to parties with a significant other and they wanted to stay. Of course. What are you talking about? I don't care. I don't care. So of course, like anytime, anything I don't care about, we can do it the way you want to do it. Period. What the fuck? And I don't really care about a lot. So most of the time it'll be like, and what if you want me to take the lead, I'll take the lead. But other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might want to do something and you might not feel comfortable. You might feel more comfortable if I do it. I don't care. I don't care about shit like that. The question is, do you think rappers that were trying to give Gunna excuses are for telling to being solid? 43% said yes, 50% said no, and 7% said 50-50. 14 people voted. So 7 people said no, 6 people evened out. Don't matter. So yeah, I don't care what y'all put. I mean, put whatever you feel. I like when there's a lot of votes because it feels like it's whenever the votes are small, it don't really feel like they're, you know what I'm saying? They can be manipulated. The more people you have, the more valid it is. So usually when we have a voting that's like under like 50, I don't really take it into consideration. Like they got to be like over 50. If it's like near like 80 people voted, then I consider it to be. I take it more seriously. Anyway, I want to show y'all something. Let me get to the screen before I do. Make sure I don't run through anything. I don't want to show anyone. Let me get to the screen first. All right. Let me show you something. Right. This is our community tab. If you haven't seen it, this is our community tab. This is just some stuff. I gotta work on this tab more. This is our community tab. I want to show you some stuff real quick. So So I want to show y'all this. Who is your vote? Who has your vote right now? Right. So I put this up. Right. So 129 people voted. 19% of the people said Trump. 47% of the people. Pardon me. 19% of the people said Biden. 47% of the people said Trump. And 35% of the people said a can of paint. So enough people voted here for me to kind of take this seriously. Like there's enough people out there, at least in our community, that believe Biden is doing a bad job. So now look at this one. I'm showing y'all this for the votes, by the way. So I'm going to show y'all. So we got 37 votes on here, right? So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, all right, we got one with 11, one with 3, one with 62, one with 24%, right? So, okay, the difference between the 62 and the 24 is big enough for me to say, even though this is only 37 votes, I'll consider this to be a little bit valid because of the difference between the first place and the second place. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But generally speaking, when we do votes in here and we don't get at least like 50 people voted, I'm happy everybody voted. Don't get it confused. But I can't really, I myself don't take the vote but so serious. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes I leave the vote up. And that's why sometimes when we get a lot of votes and look like people still voting, I definitely leave it up. Anyway, what else y'all want? Can we talk about Tory Lanez for a minute? I got a question. Can we talk about Tory Lanez for a minute? I got a question. So Tory Lanez is on audio apologizing to Kelsey. Now, you want to know what don't make sense to me? If Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion, why would he be apologizing to Kelsey? Put it in the chat if anybody can make sense of that. If Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion, why is he apologizing to Kelsey? Also, Tory Lanez, you called them when they was in the hospital. So did he call them that first night when he got to the jail? He used one of his only opportunities to use the phone his first day to call them? So, once again, these niggas pretend that they street. They pretend to be street niggas. They pretend to be in the loop. They pretend. You understand? And then they do shit like that, and it's obvious this nigga ain't a street nigga. Now, I've been telling you these rappers ain't street niggas. I've been telling you a ton of them is faking. I'm just not going to tell you who it is, because who the hell is that? Oh, I don't really care to blow nobody up. So all you dudes that's faking, I don't really care. Keep it up. The fuck? Your fans love it. But these dudes is faking. A lot of this shit is not real, homie. Remember when Tory Lanez wanted to fight, what's this dude name? Travis Scott? Who's Travis Scott's girlfriend? Who's Travis Scott's wife? Hold on. Didn't Tory Lanez get into it with Travis Scott? Who's Travis Scott's baby mama? Kylie Jenner, right? Whose party was Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez at? Whose party was that? Kylie Jenner! Yo, did they set Tory up? What the fuck? See, when your sexual urges, if a man can't control his sexual urges, your sexual urges will control you. Yo. 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 Hold on. Maybe I got these names wrong. Maybe it wasn't Travis Scott. Maybe it wasn't Travis Scott. Let's see who Tory Lanez was gonna fight. Maybe it wasn't Travis Scott. Hold on. Maybe it wasn't Travis Scott. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I got the names messed up. Sometimes I get names messed up, right? Sometimes I get names messed up, right? Maybe I got the name. No! Oh wow. This shit get wicked. So Tory Lanez get invited, or he goes over to Kylie Jenner's crib. Now I ain't gonna put y'all on the game. So Tory Lanez been banging Kylie Jenner. He been banging her. He was banging Kylie Jenner when he was banging Meg. I'm just gonna leave that alone. So do y'all understand what the real issue is when he went over there to the house? Meg already know he banging Kylie. Meg was just mad that when he got over there, he went and started messing with Kylie instead of messing with her. Woman, she's supposed to be, a savage. What the hell it was? He didn't want to fuck with me for Kylie. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Like I said, he created his own problem. Yo, who isn't to say? Did they set this dude up? I mean, obviously, not for the Meg shooting. I'm not saying that. I'm saying after the fact. I'm not saying before the fact. I'm saying after the fact. Nobody else talked about that? Somebody else had to. We just didn't see him. Somebody else had to. We just didn't see them. There's no way I'm gonna believe that nobody else got, because it took me forever to think about this connection. I'm gonna assume no, you didn't, J Mac. Stop, J Mac. We don't believe nothing you say. Yeah, somebody else had that though. Had that. Yeah, he was banging allegedly. He was allegedly. Also, throw an allegedly behind it every other time I said it. He's allegedly banging Kylie Jenner. He was allegedly banging both Meg and Kylie Jenner when it was over at his freaking crib. When he was doing the quarantine, whatever the hell. So if you let your penis, you let your Johnson make your decisions. Why we keep hearing about how men is losing their lives and losing their freedom, specifically because they letting their Johnson make their decisions. I'm just saying. My son responded to what? No, I don't even want to know what my son responded to. You want to know what? I don't even want to know. My son hates anytime a man and a woman is arguing, my son is on the woman's side. So that makes me, I don't trust him as far as his position on anything. Because he's just going to be on whatever side the women on. Whatever the woman is saying is what my son is saying. So I never have to talk to him. All I got to do is know what the women around him are saying. And I know what he thinks. Because whatever they saying is what he thinks. He doesn't have a mind of his own. Tell me where the lie at. Our New York general just goes behind whatever the women say. No, I'm believing the witness. I'm going, whatever the witness said, I'm going with that. I will believe that the witness could be a little incorrect here and a little incorrect there because our memory is not 100%. We don't remember anything perfectly. Our brain recreates the situation. You feel me? We don't remember anything perfectly. Our brain recreates the situation. Our memory is usually as strong as our imagination. Got me? Our memory is usually as strong as our imagination. So usually when you see somebody with an incredible imagination, their memory is usually better. Because we don't remember. Our brain just recreates the thing that happened. Like when you think you're remembering. You understand? Our brains don't work like that. Like we don't take a picture of a situation and then, oh man, let me go find it. No, it's not how it works. Oh, you said a thing and it didn't come through. Sorry about that. There was also a 911 call that said it was two women. People, men and women, are delusional. I'm going to tell you what it is. No, this is just one of those situations where you have a lot of people that's willing to lie. And they were able to have their story go while the other side wasn't able to tell their story. Remember, the judge literally said that Tory Lanez couldn't tell his side of the story. While Megan Thee Stallion could get on the internet anytime she want and talk about whatever happened. Whatever she want to talk about. But Tory Lanez, he can't discuss it. A lot of things that go on in this particular case, it looks to me like it, especially me putting together right now, just thinking about this shit. I do not know if I thought about it before, but me right now, especially in the aftermath of the verdict, thinking about how, yo, this dude had a situation with Kylie Jenner's baby father, and he banging her. He broke his covenant with God. That's what happened. He broke his covenant with God. He broke his covenant with God. I'm telling you what happened. Rhonda from upstate New York said, alone with no powerful backing, 6ix9ine thought he had the game, but really didn't. But he had the backing of a #1 record label that means something. That's a fact. No, that's a fact. We got a verse for today. What does it say? Therefore, Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old one has gone, the new one is here. I want to tell you something that strong people do. Strong people might be going through something terrible, and they might break for a moment, and your strength is how quickly you recover. So let's say you get sad, really sad, and you're sad for a week straight with no recovery. But let's say it's another person and they get sad, and then they're sad for a day, and then the next day they're able to get over that. That's not a way to knock that person that was able to get over their sadness in a day. Like, how are you criticizing a person for, at that moment, the Most High giving them the strength to overcome something? Like, how is that a reason to be critical of an individual? You understand? So once again, people will have you hating someone that you should be learning from, someone that you should be appreciating, and people that you should love. People will have you hating them. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old one is gone. The new one is here. You are allowed to get better. I don't know exactly what this is, but this is what I'm getting out of this. You are allowed to get better. You are allowed to improve. You are allowed to break down and then recover and put yourself back together. And for the individuals that try to make it seem like you are not allowed to do that, that's Satan. Whenever you hear somebody reminding another person of a low part of their life, that's Satan. Whenever you see somebody talking about a low part of another person's, especially when it doesn't have any relevance or anything, that's Satan. Whenever you see somebody trying to make another person sad or depressed, that's Satan. We're supposed to grow, evolve, become a new us, improve, become better. We are supposed to. Be mindful of people that like to remind you. Be more mindful of people that like to remind other people of low parts of their life. Because they might not be reminding you of a low part of your life, but they might be trying to manipulate you in a different manner. Get it? Because the only people who do that, well, generally speaking, is narcissists. So they might be manipulating you in a different manner. Anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We got 53 people in here. I don't know how many people is in here for what. Can we drop some fruits maybe and put it in the chat? We only got 11 people here that like the show, so I'm assuming maybe only 3 of y'all is still in here. So we'll stay on for a minute longer, and then I'm probably just gonna let y'all go. Only 11 people in here like the show, so it's no real reason to hold y'all. All 11 people might have left by now, also. So I'll stay up a little bit longer. Is there something y'all want to talk about? If not, I'm about to get out of here. We got 50 something people in here, and we have had about 200 people in here, and only 13 people like the show. So I'm probably gonna let y'all go. I mean, I appreciate all the 13 likes. Don't get it confused, but I mean, obviously, I must be doing a really bad job, and I'm wasting everybody's time, right? So maybe we get off the live and we try to come back at a different time or a different day, and I try not to waste your time and do a better job. So that's the way I think about it. Do you think rappers are trying to give Gunna excuses for telling? It's solid. 50% said no. 40% said yes. And 9% said 50-50. 22 people voted. Just so we can be clear. $22 people voted. Thank you to the 22 people that voted. More people voted than liked the damn show. All right. Everybody, just have a beautiful day. Just go do something out there. Try to bring in the new year with something good, I guess. Some positivity, something. Just try to bring the new year in with something good, some positivity. Try to go out there and, turn something around. Turn something into something. Turn nothing into something. Like, turn something into something else. Like, just go out there and try to be an asset to the society. I don't know how you're going to do it. You don't know how you're going to do it. But if you go out there, you be free, you can create a situation where you could become an asset to society, or at least to your community. Because that's all we really need to be. We're supposed to be out here. We're supposed to be trying to promote the Most High's name, and we're supposed to try to be, and we should be doing that through our actions. Like, people should see us do goodwill. People should see us care. Caring is important. So go out there, try to do these things, and try to make the world a better place. If not for anybody else, for yourself. And the easiest way to do that is think positive thoughts and only put positive things into the atmosphere. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.